So, the Minecraft modded community is no stranger to disagreements. These disagreements cover a wide range of topics. Lately, however, one question keeps popping up. What is the best Minecraft mod of all time? And there are several ways to answer this question. Some focus on popularity, the number of downloads, the number of active players, which does make a lot of sense. But others try and focus on how relevant the mod is. Sure, Optifine has a huge amount of downloads, but in the modern day it's outclassed by the likes of Sodium and Iris. Yet again, others argue that it is not about the downloads or the relevance, but about the quality and the ambition of the project. But which of these approaches is correct? Honestly, probably all of them are perfectly valid. Realistically, every mod out there has an audience, and if you can argue that the mod gives you some sort of satisfaction while playing, then all mods over the years could be considered— wait, no, not that kind of satisfaction. But in all seriousness, I want to spotlight a mod that's often forgotten, but deserves to be in the conversation. Because the mod I'm thinking of had a lot of downloads, was extremely relevant for many years, perhaps even more relevant now, and had insane quality and ambition for the time. And I believe it has something that few other mods have to this day. Many of its features have ended up in not only other mods, but in the base game itself as actual Minecraft features. And this is in no way a new thought for me. Minecraft has been pulling features from this 12-year-old mod for about a decade now, and I for one have definitely noticed. So settle back and enjoy the ride as I tell you about how one programmer spent 5 days creating something which Minecraft is still catching up with to this day. Let me put you in his shoes. Cast your mind back to 2011. If you can. I mean, some of you were probably not even born yet. But anyway, Game of Thrones just released. Not So Funny Turban Man disconnected from the Earth server. Coldplay's Paradise is on every radio. This new game called Minecraft just hit 1 million sales, and you've been enjoying your time playing it. Sure, some of the features have been a bit—
Oh my god, there's flying squids.
Connor, you're talking.
Oh, actually, I'm not. I'm actually going to show you, right? I'm going to upload it on YouTube.
questionable, but generally you have been enjoying the game and having a great time with it. One day, however, Notch decides to drop a new message in the Discord server. Yo, updating to beta 1.4, added cookies, wolves, and a new Minecraft logo. Now, the average person might react with hearts and a thumbs up. One man, however, looked at this update and decided, nope, this is actually bad. Don't get me wrong, this man was a man of culture.
Wait. Face me for a second. Okay, allow me to just moon you briefly.
Excellent.
Look, I don't know if he had a traumatic experience with wolves invading his home and terrifying his AI-generated family, but this man woke up on March 31st, 2011 and chose violence. He proceeded to create a viral post titled, "Notch, wolves are a bad idea." Now, not only does that show the absolute balls on this man, calling out Notch, a member of Mensa, and the strongest contender for the title of King of the Block games, ever since he passed Mr. Tetris, and that Cube World guy kinda just disappeared. But it also shows he had the kind of fearless attitude that makes even keyboard warriors look tame. It takes serious guts to call out the creator of the game about his own creation. It's like telling Picasso his paintings are a bit too abstract, or telling Newton that gravity is a bit mid, maybe call it mavity. You just don't do that unless you're ready to start a digital revolution, or at least a very heated form debate. And let me tell you, this form debate, whoo, it got heated. Guys, you are missing the point, or didn't bother to read it. You see that? Bracketed passive aggression. Sure, by modern standards this is rather tame, but remember, back in this era, most toxic slander was contained within Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. For a form debate, this is basically the equivalent of nuclear warfare. However, when you take the time to actually read this heated debate, Flowerchild made some very good points. First of all, he mentioned how the wolves, well, they just teleport into your path. Secondly, he mentioned that their pathfinding is atrocious, they are constantly getting stuck or falling to their deaths. And lastly, their behaviour isn't interesting enough to justify the hassle. I mean, most of us literally just get a dog and then sit him down and never move him again. Rightfully, he stated how they will require a huge amount of development. Luckily for him, I'm writing this from the year 2024, and we can actually see all the development that has gone on regarding the wolves in the last 13 years. So, they added puppies, and made it so you can dye their collars, and changed the position of the wolves' hind legs. Absolutely thrilling content. And while yes, we have just got a new update which introduced wolf armor and variants, we can see why Flowerchild may have had a point regarding these digital furballs. They really don't offer much to the game. Though don't get me wrong, they are cute digital furballs. And if you hurt mine, I will rain terror upon thee, with the power of 1,000 suns, your family will never be safe again, and you will have caca in thine hosen. Anyway, after politely voicing his opinion, Flowerchild called it a day and proceeded to have a good night's rest. Likely until he did a me, woke up at 3 in the morning and decided, no, actually screw the idea of arguing without proof, I'm just gonna code and update myself.
Yes! You start writing code, code pours out of every orifice of your body, and you get that feature working.
In just 5 days, Flowerchild returned with a mod that would change everything. Better than wolves. Now, let me tell you, this mod quickly became the talks of the town. Even the biggest gaming YouTubers at the time, the Yogscast, made a video on this mod, which has now gathered nearly 5 million views. And with Sethbling as my witness, he uploaded a video while I was rereading the script, Flowerchild deserved every single one of them. Not only because he actually went and coded a point to his argument, but because in 5 days he made a mod which not only predicted, but implemented features that we would now consider fundamental to certain mods, and features which Minecraft looked and went, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, just change it a bit. Let's have a look at some of the groundbreaking features he added in just 5 days that have clearly inspired modern mods. Fully working windmills with torque and gearboxes to power machinery. Sounds quite creative. Wonder if anybody took that idea and rolled with it many years later. Added the hand crank, which I am thankful A2 kept around, because, I mean, where else am I going to utilize my top tier clicks per second? Certainly not with the new PvP combat system, that's for sure. Using that, wheat can be ground down into flour, which finally makes the bread recipe make sense. And of course, this can all be automated by using the earlier mentioned windmills or the watermills, which he also apparently had time to do. He also had time to casually invent microblocks on a whim, because why not? Created a redstone-controlled liquid, which honestly I haven't seen to this day in any other mod. And bonus, he made an actual concrete which solidified to make stone. He added rope to climb up and down, new plate armor, a monstrosity I can never unsee, working elevators with block breaking logic and smooth motion, added hemp to the game because he probably just needed something to take the edge off, and this isn't even all of it. He added all this and more, all in 5 days. And now I know you can very easily go and set up a fabric modding environment in no time and start cranking out features, but even now, this many complex elements to this level of quality is insanely hard to pull off. And the fact is, back then you didn't have a super simple development experience, you didn't have YouTube tutorials, heck, you probably didn't even have documentation at the time. It was actually really bloody hard, as you had to edit the direct game code and hope you didn't brick the whole game. So, naturally, you can tell that this one mod has directly led to the creation of so many wonderful and complex mods, which have taken these ideas and developed them, refining them further. But what if I told you that other mods aren't the only thing that took Flowerchild's idea? Kuba, that's my name by the way, we know what you're about to say. It's literally in the title. Huh? Oh yeah, well, doesn't make it any less true. Because god damn it, Better Than Wolves truly helped guide Minecraft to where it is today, with many of its features subtly or not so subtly influencing official updates. And before you say it, we know for a fact that the Mojang team was aware of this mod, as it is one of the only mods that has ever been directly shared and promoted by Notch himself. And as time went on, Minecraft added a lot of the ideas and blocks and features that Flowerchild did in his original mod. And you might be thinking, that list of features I named earlier didn't really contain anything Minecraft borrowed? Well, that was intended, because out of that list, I left out everything that was an item, a block, or even a concept that I believed helped to shape Minecraft development past 1.4. So, in no particular order, but entirely in chronological order, let me go over some of these features. The Cauldron, implemented 5 months after Better Than Wolves already implemented it. I think Better Than Wolves' implementation of having the block cook lots of food items at once was something really special, especially as food items couldn't even stack yet. Yeah, that's how old we're talking. Also, the actual concept part of this, you know, a block that cooks food without needing a fuel source other than fire, also reminds me of the campfire, which was added a whole 8 years later. Redstone lamps, implemented 11 months after Better Than Wolves already did it. And the Better Than Wolves one is arguably better. I mean, it had more functionality anyway. What it did was that it had certain crops that were directly below it grow faster, and when the lamp was off, it was transparent, allowing for some interesting interactions. If not just a cool visual. Another major addition to Minecraft was anvils, a year after Better Than Wolves already did it. While their function was very different, they still both related to armor, and regardless, it was something Flowerchild did before Mojang. In 2013, Minecraft made it so that a dispenser could light the block in front of it on fire when using a flint and steel. As you guessed it, this was already a thing in Better Than Wolves, in the form of the hibachi grill, once again featuring arguably more functionality, as this could make fire appear and make it disappear, sort of how the dispenser works with lava and water buckets. But the redstone train does not stop there, ladies and gentlemen. What other massive redstone item was added in 1.13? Let's play Guess That Block! Hint 1. This block is a silent helper in all of your automation projects. Hint 2. This block doesn't spawn naturally in any of the 3 dimensions. Hint 3. This block is, it's the hopper? It's just the hopper. I couldn't be bothered to think of any more. It's the hopper. You know it, I know it, let's move on. But yeah, this monumental Minecraft feature existed in the mod a whole year prior, and essentially functioned in the exact same way. People even used this back then to build mob farms just how we do today, having the dropped items automatically store into chests. Now, as you expected, there was actually even more functionality to the original hopper. It required torque power to actually suck in items, but it also allowed some basic item filtering through the use of grates and wickers, which would change the logic to only take in powders or single stack items or other things like that. Something we can do today, but through a much more complicated solution. And the hopper isn't the only major redstone item Better Than Wolves had and perfected prior to Mojang. The Observer, added in 2016, was preceded by the Detector block, which naturally had most of the same features present in the now beloved Observer block, with a couple extras thrown in, like the ability to detect entities like players, animals, and even arrows, as well as block changes. Also, at some point Better Than Wolves added some blocks which kind of function like slime blocks based on this video of a man using them as a flying machine. Honestly, no clue what those blocks are, but I'm 99% sure they weren't added in the initial 5-day sprint Flowerchild completed, so I will be ignoring them. And of course, the most legendary feature to ever be added into the game, the one feature that every player that has ever touched the game has used and will continue to use for generations. We all universally agree it is the most important thing ever added. Tree bark. But now, I hope all of this has helped you understand why I believe this mod should be considered one of the best Minecraft mods of all time. Its features and depth are something Minecraft is still implementing to this day. Hell, even the new Tricky Trials update, while it doesn't directly feature anything from Flowerchild's work of art, it does push redstone automation further through the addition of the crafter, a theme which was essential to the world of Better Than Wolves, as it too allowed you to perform tasks of automation and interact with the world in unique ways. If Minecraft keeps going down this path, I can definitely see more features from Better Than Wolves being added as time goes on. And no, despite what this video may seem like, do I really believe Minecraft has been planning their updates and features from a single mod from back in 2011? No. I mean, except for the hopper. That thing is basically a one-to-one creation. I mean, hell, the model, function, everything. It's all just the same. But other than that, when you really think about it, are we surprised so many of these features have seemingly overlapped over the years? While at the time Notch and Flowerchild clearly didn't see eye to eye, they evidently respected one another's work, and as time has gone on, it appears that the two were more alike than initially thought, not just in terms of their ideas, but truly geniuses of their craft, with a bit of an ego and more recently for Notch, backlash to their ideas. While Flowerchild has always been considered egotistical and generally disliked by the larger Minecraft community, as a lot of them see him as a bit of an asshat, in more recent years, some argue the same can be said for Notch. He's had his fair share of controversy in the last few years. More and more, he's being stripped away from Minecraft's lore, and Flowerchild has recently chose to step down from the Better Than Wolves project, which has been continuing to this day. I think today, we can see these two men were more alike than many of us realized. And I think that's a rather sad reality of this story. Clearly, Better Than Wolves was a mod far ahead of its time. an alternative version of Minecraft which helped pave the way for many mods and many Minecraft features alike. But in the wider world, most people have never even heard of this mod, despite it being, in my heart, the best mod ever made. There you have it, an overlooked masterpiece that shaped Minecraft into what it is today. I'll see you in the next video, and maybe we can create some masterpieces of our own. It's good to be back, baby. I'm never leaving. Let's go.